Okay, so let's go ahead and do this check. We saw that the last one didn't work. So for the next one, we're going to see if this one works. So here's our x, here's our y. We're plugging in x here is -6. Y is -2. Okay, I have this set up. Now when I deal with fractions, I can make a whole number into a fraction by putting it over 1. Because if you divide by 1, it's the same thing as multiplying by 1, right? It doesn't change the value. 1 is kind of like a magic number. Now, do you guys know cross cancel? Cross cancel is 3 goes into 6, because this is kind of messy, but it's supposed to look like this. 4/3 times -6 over 1. There, let's write it more neatly. We want to know, is it equal to -2? So for the cross cancel, 3 goes into 6 2 times. So 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 6, or -6, -2 times. That's cross cancel. It's the same thing she did here, it's just in reverse. Because I could multiply and then divide by 3. I could multiply 4 times -6 is 24, divided by 3 is 8. But here, when I cross cancel, I get 4 times -2 is -8 plus 6. What's -8 plus 6? -2. -2 equals -2. So since it worked in the first one, do I know if it's a solution or not? What do I have to do to make sure I know it's a solution? I have to put it in the second one, okay? So in the second one, I take the second equation. So this is my first check. My second check, I'll put it over here since I have room. I put in 2 times -6 plus, minus, plus -3, that's fine. -3 times -2, is it equal to -6? Now I like to change colors to make it more colorful. 2 times -6 is -12. Negative times a negative is a +6, right? Are you with me so far? Is it equal to -6? What do you think? Yeah, -6 equals -6. So that worked. So yes, -6, -2 is a solution to the system of linear equations, if you want to get super formal about it, okay? Does anybody need me to show one more time how to graph these? Because we have this in a different form. If you want me to, I will, because I can right now. Yes? Yes, okay, let's do it. This one you already know, y equals 4/3 x plus 6. Okay, if I go first, I'm going to go first to my y-intercept, 0, 6. So I start by labeling y and x, 2, 4, 6 here. So that's my y-intercept. I'm just going to put all my numbers on here, -2, -4, -6, 2, 4, 6. I know that seems tedious, but it really does help you graph, you know. If you get it wrong, oops, -4, it's sometimes because your numbering is off. -6. All right, so to graph this, I'm going to go up 4 over 3. Wait a second, how do I go up 4 when I'm already at 6? Well, I could instead go down 4, back 3, because the slope is 4/3, which is the same thing as a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So I go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, backwards with 2 or 3, 1, 2, 3. Down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, back 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I draw my line. I need usually 3 points to draw a line. In Math 60, I would say plug in one of these points. Make sure you got the graph right, but I'm assuming now we've had enough practice with that. So, but anytime your solution doesn't work, it's probably the graph is incorrect. So now you could graph 2x minus 3y equals -6. You can graph it several different ways. You could use the x and y intercepts. That was the way we learned in Math 60 to graph it. Or I prefer to get it y by itself. Let's put it in slope y-intercept form. Why not, right? How would we solve for y to get it in slope y-intercept form? Any ideas about how we would do that? Yes, so we're going to first subtract 2x from both sides. And don't forget that negative. That negative belongs to the 3. Okay? A lot of people will drop that negative once the negative 2x is gone, right? Equals negative 2x minus 6. And now, how do we get y by itself? Divide by negative 3. Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. So we get y equals, now how would you write the slope? Negative 2 divided by negative 3, what do we call that? 2/3. 2/3 x. Negative 6 divided by negative 3 is positive 2. Good. And then I would graph that. I'm going to use a different color. Where do I start? 2. Okay, my slope is rise 2, 1, 2, run 3, 1, 2, 3. Rise 2, 1, 2, run 3, 1, 2, 3. Or I could also remember go negative 2 over negative 3. There was the negative 2 over the negative 3 right there when I divided. So going down 2, backwards 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's probably enough points to draw my line. Where should these two cross, do you think? Where are they going to cross? Yeah, we already proved up here that this is the solution. So that counts as our check. That's what we did up here. We checked. So the solution is negative 6, negative 2. And that's where it ended up on the graph. You see that? It's fun, right? Okay, now you get to practice because it does take about 300 times until you really know it. So you have about 298 more times left to try.